hitting the bell, and letting me know your
Looks
thoughts
like
in the
put
comments
everything in
below.
my queue,
I
which is
read
great.
every one.
All right, well, let's talk about this. The file number here is 251148. It's alleged that on or about May 10th, you did carelessly, recklessly, or negligently allow a pistol in your control to be discharged. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $500. This is with damage over $50. So they're going to amend it to reckless or careless discharge with damage under $50. Is that my understanding?
That's right, Your Honor. So the 90-day misdemeanor.
All right. Rebecca Lentz is the manager at Colonial Estates. Yes, I remember the arraignment on this. All right, Mr. Bontrager, the charge you're charged with is a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $500. They've agreed to reduce it to under $50, which would be punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. It also requires a forfeiture of the gun, if I'm not mistaken. I think this had to do with you accidentally discharging a gun through one trailer and into the next one, is the way I recall from the arraignment. Are you going to plead to that lesser charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you to get you to do that?
No, Your Honor.
Or promise you anything?
No, Your Honor.
And you've assigned this advice of rights, acknowledging that you're giving up the rights that you'd have if you had a trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me what happened.
So earlier that day, I had picked up a new gun safe on Facebook Marketplace for $50. Later that evening, I got home, had dinner, put my kids to bed, and it was around anywhere from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. And I was putting everything away. And a couple weeks prior, I had gone to the range to safely and to the best of my ability practice with my firearms and get a good knowledge of them. And when I was moving stuff over into the new safe, I had realized that I had that I still had my revolver loaded. So when it was late at night and I didn't think anything of it. I pulled the hammer back and then I realized that it was loaded. So for a revolver, the hammer needs to be cocked down in order to release the barrel or the cylinder to empty it out. And so I was trying to do that. My thumb had slipped off the hammer before my finger got off the trigger, and hence it had went off.
All right. Well, to tell you the truth, I did this very thing when I was about 12. I pulled the hammer back on my dad's revolver. He was changing his clothes after going hunting, like this, and then I pulled the trigger and shot a hole in the floor. It scared the dog.
Absolutely.
My dad covered for me. My mom was in the bathtub, and he said, "Oops." But anyway, I'm lucky I didn't point it at the dog or something, but that is careless. But yeah, it went through your trailer and the one next door. All right, not exactly a bad uh, intention offense, but it's a careless one. What do you do, Mr. Bontrager?
For work, you mean?
Yeah,
I set modular homes,
who's your company?
Web Setup Incorporated.
Somebody set a modular home up near where I live and they set it backwards.
Was it over here in Constantine?
No, it was a Fisher Lake.
Oh, I just did one over in Constantine.
This was a
not
couple,
a
they,
week ago.
they had the front porch face backwards rather than toward the lake.
Oh, yeah.
So they'd come out and reset it. All right. Well, this carries a $75 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, and a $50 state minimum fee. Did you post a bond?
I did.
Let's see how much bond I have. I'm missing part of the file.
I had
You
paid
posted a
$300.
$300 bond.
Yes, Ron.
And we'll do a $100 restitution. So that comes out to $300. Posted $300 of bond. And I'm sorry, your 38 Taurus is gonna be grounded up. Firearm is forfeited.
No. this isn't.
All right, as I said, there are certain things under the law where carelessness becomes a criminal offense. Some of them has to do with automobiles and some of them have to do with guns and other things. But this is a careless act. I don't know how much the two small bullet holes were. I did not see a restitution request in here. So I'll just use that. Let me see if I can. By the nature of the plea, it was under $50. All right, sir. You're good to go. Mr. Westbrook, have you ever been down here before on a case?
I'm not, Your Honor. 100%.
I hope it wasn't a bad experience.
Not at all. Very efficient. Thank you. Your Honor.
But you're welcome to come back. All right, you're good to go, sir. I'll use your bond to pay your fine. And the gun will be forfeited, and I'm glad nothing worse than this happened.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. In candor to the court, I do have an invoice from Colonial Estates. I don't know if that was a formal restitution
How much
request.
was that?
It was for $409. We are agreeing to pay restitution if that is a formal request. We can take care of that at some
All
later
right,
date.
I'll have to do that. So 409, thank you, appreciate that. So that's 609. Less $300 of bond, leaves 309. You can pay it now, or do you need time to pay that?
Need time, please.
I'll give you till October. You can put on your credit card, October 5th.
Yes, Ron.
We can take care of that at the window, Your Honor, at that time.
Yeah, you can mail it in with a certified check or money order. Bring in green cash or pay online with your credit card.
Yes, Ron.
Discharging the gun in a bedroom is pretty loud. All right, you're good to go. Thank you.
That was 309, Your Honor.
309.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
We're working on it.
All right, let's talk about that. Judge Middleton's courtroom gave us one of those cases where a mistake with a firearm turned into a teachable moment, both legally and personally. The defendant, Mr. Bontrager, pled to a reduced charge of careless discharge of a firearm with damage under $50 ear straight forward. Late at night, after moving guns into a new safe, he realized his revolver was still loaded. While trying to safely decock it, his thumb slipped, the hammer fell, and the gun went off, sending a round through his trailer and into the next one. He explained it matter-of-factly, clearly embarrassed, but not evasive. Middleton even chimed in with his own childhood story about accidentally firing his dad's revolver into the floor, joking that he scared the family dog while his dad covered for him. It was one of those rare moments where a judge levels with the defendant, reminding everyone that mistakes happen. but the law still requires accountability. The sentencing was measured. Middleton reminded him that while this wasn't malicious, carelessness with a firearm crosses the line into criminal liability. The deal reduced it from a 1-year misdemeanor to a 90-day misdemeanor with a maximum $100 fine. In practice, Bontrager forfeited the revolver, had his $300 bond applied toward fines and restitution, and still owed $309 after Colonial Estates submitted a $409 repair invoice. Middleton allowed October to pay, with options from cash to certified check to online payment. He kept it practical, making sure the defendant left with clear instructions and no confusion. What stood out here was the tone. Middleton was firm in saying this is a careless act, but he wasn't heavy-handed. He acknowledged the reality that discharging a gun in a bedroom is loud, dangerous, and lucky not to have been worse, while also showing empathy that mistakes sometimes come from inexperience, not intent. His light banter about modular homes and even a trailer set backward kept the atmosphere steady, almost conversational. Overall, this was less about punishment and more about responsibility. Bontrager didn't come across as reckless in character, just careless in the moment. Middleton treated it that way, not excusing it, but not blowing it out of proportion either. Time to break this one down. Judge Middleton handled a firearms mishap with balance, acknowledging the seriousness, sharing a bit of personal perspective, and ensuring accountability through fines, forfeiture, and restitution. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing